What up, YouTube? I am back. I'm fully rested. Having a fun time checking out some of these comments. There's a lot of jokers out there. I think it's funny. And then apparently, one of my mentors who makes videos made a video about a hypothetical person crashing on the side of the road. I find that shit comical. I don't pay attention to his videos. I could really care less. But I had 11 people who sent it to me, and I was just like, I don't care to know what he's talking about. I could honestly care less. But for those of you who do watch him, I mean, he really does have some good stuff. I still use stuff that I learned from him. I think I've told y'all before, you know, it wasn't all bad. I learned a lot and still use the stuff that I did absorb. So, that being said, this bitch is fully rested. I'm good to go. And I got asked about the app that I talked about, Trucker Path. So, I am going to show y'all. I have my iPad in front of me. I'm going to show y'all what I would do. And excuse the darkness. I'm in my bunk. I just got done cooking. I ate. We had chicken breast today with some vegetables. So, we've cleaned up. And this is what I do on a daily basis whenever I trip plan. So, I'm going to show you the app, how I get my loads, all of this stuff really fast. And then I'm going to go shower and take care of business and get on the road. So, here's what we do. Alright, so here is our app. And I've already skipped some steps. You don't need to know my passwords and all that jazz. So you get this. This is a Swift app. It's not like any app you can just go download. I mean, you can download it, but you're not going to be able to utilize it if you don't work for Swift. So here's all my information. I am going to not push that. Here we go. So what I do is this gives you all the information about where you're going. I have additional stops, but I've already completed one of them, and the other one is like 5 miles away from here, so I'm not interested in trip planning that. So this tells you the total miles. Somebody asked if I actually really do get miles. Yes, I do. That's the way I run, and so those are the loads that they send me. So it tells you this is a live unload, gives you all their contact information, and this is where I'm going. So what I do from here, we have 19111 Darvin Drive. So this is Trucker Path. And these little, what do you call those? I don't know, icons. There we go. So all of these icons all mean different things. And this is just a random map. It's not anything that I've pulled up. So you can click on them. This is hard to do from this point of view. So you can click on them. It'll tell you what that business is, the parking, what's going on right now, blah, 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 how many parking spots they have, overnight parking, what the fuel cost is, all this stuff. So let me show you what it looks like whenever you put your load in there. So we're going to hit this button right here. And we're going to be, I'm at the Lancaster terminal. So this is where I'm going to be leaving. So I just always leave this current location. Try not to hit so many buttons. And our destination is 19111 Darvin. Alright. And since I've already done this, and the thing is smart, and I've never heard of a road called Darvin, it kind of automatically populates it for you. Just make sure that it is the right city and state. McKenna is where I'm going, so that is good. And then we're going to hit route. And then it looks like it's going to take 5 years. Here we go. So, again, I use Trucker Path as a backup plan for the GPS. So always make sure that you hit truck route if you use this. Use truck navigation so that you don't get routed to go down, you know, a residential road that's not meant for trucks. Oh. My husband commenting on this whole video situation. So, all right, so we are just going to put truck navigation. The cities and states, well, I should say the states that I'm going to be driving through, going up to Illinois, I don't really lose a lot of signal on the GPS on the Qualcomm. So I probably won't run this all night long. Hello. Go back. Okay, there we go. So I hit choose because I don't need the directions right now. So this is what happens whenever you put in your destination. Just hit choose. Don't hit truck navigation right up. I'm just used to hitting it. Sorry. So we already know, if you looked in the previous page, it's going to take me 23 hours to get there. So that's perfect. But if you're trying to figure out, well, where the hell am I going to stay, 11 hours from now? Because we can only drive 11 hours. And you don't want to be just wandering around saying, okay, well, let me just run into a truck stop. You don't need any added stress whenever you're driving. So this app will alleviate a lot of that stress for you. So we're going to blow it up so we can get a better view. So I've already trip planned, so I can tell you that I've already done 467 miles of the 1344 total miles on this trip. So from here in Lancaster to McKenna, Illinois, I have 956 miles left. So I'm going to subtract 600 miles from that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start clicking on some of these. It'll tell you, for example, let's just click on this T right here. All right, this is some mom and pop truck stop, but it doesn't matter what it says. What we want to know is how many miles is it from where I am. Okay, so I need something less than that because I want to stop in 600 miles. So this one is too far, so we will close this. Sorry, I don't have like spiffy tools and all this stuff, tripods and all that. I'm not a video person, so sorry this is shaky, and hopefully y'all can see. All right, so by the way, it shows you a bunch of other stuff. Places to park. These are rest areas. What is this one? And if you ever want to know, you just click on it. So all your information. Who let the dogs out? All right. Okay, so let's just randomly choose one. So we're still too far out. And I think that this Loves is where I was going to say. So Loves is already here. Some of them will have their actual logo. Hello. There we go. All right, so this is where we're starting. I mean, this is where we end up. So we're just going to play around with it. And whenever you find that place that is 600 miles, let's go back to the top. Hello. All right, so here's where we're starting. Up here's where we're going. So really, you just start tapping around. And I knew to hit that TA because I've already done this. So this TA is between 613, 676 miles. I'm usually closer to the bottom number because of the time that I'm traveling. I'm traveling late at night. I'm going to be leaving here at 10 p.m. So the traffic and all of that other stuff is not going to be an issue to me until I get really close there in the morning. I'll hit a little bit of traffic, but it's not, and the way that the GPS takes us, this top number is usually not the case for me. So I usually go by the bottom number. So I'm going to be stopping at this Tennessee. 2 hours ago, the lot was full, all of this stuff, but I've already prepaid for my parking for tomorrow. So I don't have to deal with any of this, but this is how you would go about doing all of this. You just play around with them, you measure out the miles, and pick a place, you know, that you either have points or that you just feel more comfortable with, and select it. I personally, because I'm a female and because I don't want to be dealing with parking and all of that jazz, depending on what time I'm going to get to the truck. Sorry, I cut myself off. Again, I'm not a video person, so don't judge me, okay? But anyways, I prefer it to, whenever I pull in, because I use my whole time, I'm tired, I've been on the road for 11 hours, I'm not interested in trying to be a super trucker and parking in that one spot that's a blind back. Like, I'm not interested in doing all that. If I can get there early in the afternoon, and I know that there's going to be parking, then sure, I don't reserve my parking. But in this case, I'm pretty much driving blind out there. I'm stopping someplace that I'm not familiar with. I prefer, again, this is my personal opinion and my personal, you know, the way I do things, I prefer to already have that shit situated. I park, I get out, I do whatever I need to do, and then I hit the bunk. Like, that's how I run. I'm not trying to spend hours watching television, catching up on sporting events, or whatever it is that all these people do. I mean, not to say that they're doing bad shit, but I came out here to work. So I sleep, I eat, I shower, and I keep rolling. And that's just the way that I operate. So spending time looking for parking and all of that stuff, me personally, I would just rather pay for it, not have to worry about it, get in, get out, and I'll be done. So that is what I do to trip plan. And like I said, it makes my life easier. I'm going to start rolling at 10 o'clock. You know, 10 hours from now, I don't want to be like pulling off the highway, checking out, you know, if there's parking, or, you know, do they have the amenities that I want? This thing already tells me that they have the amenities that I need. And even though the parking lot is full right now, say I was going to get there in the next hour or so, I would have already paid for my parking, so I don't even have to worry about the fact that there's no parking. So this is just the way that I like to run, because I like to alleviate any monkey wrenches. Monkey wrenches drive me fucking insane. So if I can do something on my end to help alleviate any stress or anything that could, you know, throw that wrench into my plan, then I do that. So the same thing with showers. You know, when I first started, I'm trying to find a better lighting area. There we go. Whenever I first started with the mentors, you know, my first mentor had a certain way of doing things. And like the first night we were at a Love's, and I was like, well, I'm just going to go take a shower. I just started. I didn't have points or anything like that. But to me, paying $14 for a shower wasn't the end of the world. And my second mentor, still to this day, just, he still asks, you know, do you still take showers every single day? For the most part, the answer to that question is yes. Granted, now I don't pay for them because I have points everywhere. But taking a shower is just something that I have to do. Like, you're spending the night at a place that has a shower. I don't see why you wouldn't utilize that. Like, that's just me. I know that there's plenty of people, and I've had to do it where, you know, there was no truck stops and I was lazy and didn't want a trip plan. So, you know, even when my daughter was here, one night we had to pull off and we slept at a rest area. They don't have showers at the rest area, so we kept it moving. But when those times do happen, a bitch is clean, so I don't have to worry about, oh, damn, it's day 3 or 4. You know, what the fuck am I going to do? I don't deal with that. So I use this app to, one, let me know where I'm going, what's around. I do a lot of mountain driving, so this app comes in handy because in the mountains, there's not rest stops and all that stuff, like, for hundreds of miles. So this lets me know, hey, you know, I can plan it out before I get there and have an idea in my mind if I'm going someplace that I'm unfamiliar with, what's around, you know, all of that jazz. So I hope that this helps somebody. The people who asked the question about Trucker Path, that is the app that I use. Anybody can download it. I think I pay like $10 a month. I used to pay just $4.99, but I use a lot of the other features, so I just pay $9.99 a month, I think. And I use it every single day. So to me, it's worth it. And yeah, that's what we do. So that's how I know where I'm going to stop. That's how I pay for my parking ahead of time. And all I have to do is worry about getting there safely. So that is how I do the trip planning and maximize my time on the road as much as possible. So that being said, I'm going to go get ready for another long night on the road, and I will catch y'all next time. Bye.